Alright, guys, welcome back to Fully Funded Scholarship. I'm Moses Obarisi. This is the part 2 of the Japanese government MEXT Scholarship, and we are going to be talking about the application process proper in this particular session. Yesterday, we talked about the application documents that are needed to apply for this scholarship, the deadline for the scholarship, and the process of applying for the scholarship. So as a way of giving a recap of that, I said that the application for the scholarship is you submit an application to the embassy in your country. The Japanese government scholarship is a fully funded scholarship that covers tuition, complete tuition, living allowance, health insurance, airfare travel ticket to and through Japan for your studies, accommodation, and a monthly living stipend of up to $2,000 during the period of your stay and study in Japan. So today we are going to be dissecting each of the application guidelines for undergraduate, for postgraduate, and for those who are going for special courses. So this is the undergraduate field of is the undergraduate guideline. Okay, so these are the areas that they can apply. So for those who are in sciences and humanities, they can apply for courses in law, politics, pedagogy, sociology, literature, history, Japanese language, economics, business administration, accounting, and financial economics. So those are the various courses that those going for undergraduate can apply to. Then for social sciences and humanities. Then for those who are going for courses in natural sciences, they can apply to courses in mathematics, physics, chemistry, electric and electronic studies, such as electrical engineering and information engineering, mechanical studies, naval architecture, civil engineering and architecture, environmental engineering, applied chemistry, chemical engineering, industrial chemistry, textile engineering. We also have metallurgical engineering, mining engineering, and biotechnology. Then agricultural chemistry, agricultural engineering, animal science, veterinary medicine, forestry, food science, and fisheries. Hygienic studies such as pharmacy, hygienics, nursing, biology, medicine, and dentistry. So these are the various courses those who are in the natural sciences can apply to for the undergraduate category. So it is expected that you must have had your high school degree before you apply for this undergraduate category scholarship. So these are the process listed here. It's a 10-page document, but we just look at the key aspect of this application. We are not going to look at details so that we can cover all of the three application guidelines for the three various scholarship categories. Okay, so let's look at the next now, qualifications and conditions. It says nationality. It says applicants must have been the nationality of a country that has diplomatic relations with Japan. So this means that if your country does not have a diplomatic relation with Japan, you cannot apply for this scholarship. That's what it clearly means. Then the second item there is age. You must have been born on or after 1999. So, and if you were born before maybe age like 1998, you cannot apply for the undergraduate category scholarship. That's what it means. Then the next item is academic background. So you must have completed academic background, item 1. So you must have completed 12 years of schooling in countries other than Japan. That means 6 years of your basic education and 6 years of your high school education. That's the total of that 12 years over there. So remember that I mentioned that you must have also completed your high school studies, which is item 2 here. Then item 3, applicants who will meet the above condition by March 2024 are eligible. So this scholarship, the Japanese MEXT Scholarship, is either in October, you either will resume studies in October 2023, especially those who are going for research, or by March 2024. So the first batch usually departs their home country for Japan by October of the year that they apply for the scholarship, while the second batch depart their home country in March the following year that they do applied for the scholarship. Okay, so let's continue. They say item 4, Japanese language. Applicants must be willing to learn Japanese. Applicants must be interested in Japan, be willing to deepen their understanding of Japan before and after arriving in Japan. So meaning that you going for this scholarship, it's likely every tendency that your mode of instruction or your medium of instruction will be in Japanese. So you will be given a preparatory course, preparatory language course that can help you take whatever learning or whatever knowledge are going to be passed to you for you to be able to learn it seamlessly. So teaching or medium of instruction is likely going to be in Japan or Japanese language. So it's the reason why you are asked that you must be interested in Japanese language. Then item 5, say must be in good health condition, and it must be attested to physically and mentally by a physician that you do not have any mental or physical condition that can hinder you from studying in Japan. So that is another important factor. Then arrival in Japan. Saying in principle, applicants must be able to arrive in Japan between April 1st, 2024 and April 7th, 2024. Departure from the home residence should be on or after April 1st, 2024. If an applicant is to enroll in his or her university from the 4th semester through direct placement, he or she must be able to arrive in Japan during this period. So that's what is there. So you must be able to arrive in Japan between April 1, 2024 and April 7, 2024. Then visa requirement, like I earlier said in the part 1 of this video, that you must be that you do not have any current visa, Japanese visa, while applying for this scholarship. Neither are you a nationality of Japan while applying for this scholarship, because the visa category you are going to move with while going to Japan will be a student visa category. So that's a very important point that you must note as an applicant, as an undergraduate applicant of this scholarship. So those are the few eligibility items and eligibility criteria for this scholarship. So with that being said, there are also categories of eligibility for this scholarship as well, and they are listed as follows. So the first on the list is those who are military personnel, civil employees at the time of arrival in Japan during the period of the payment of the scholarship. They are not eligible for this scholarship, meaning that if you are a military personnel, you cannot apply for this scholarship. Then the next item. So there are about 11 items of non-eligibility there. Then if you have a dual citizenship, or you are citizen of dual citizenship of Japan and your host your indigenous country, you cannot apply for the scholarship. So the scholarship is not meant for Japanese citizens. That's the bottom line of everything. Yeah, it's a period of scholarship. Now, for undergraduate category, the scholarship duration is usually 4 years. It's usually 4 years, except for some special courses which are 6 years, which are courses like medicine, dentistry, veterinary medicine, or a 6-year course in pharmacy. The scholarship period will be 7 years until March 2031. So those are the special exemptions from the 4 years regular undergraduate courses. Then there's also a window for extension of the scholarship. Maybe there are some few challenges that you may encounter, maybe health or otherwise. There can be a window to apply for extension. Okay, so let's now look at the funding or the benefits allowance. It say allowance, say 117,000 yen per month. A supplemental regional allowance of 2,000 yen or 3,000 yen per month will be added to the monthly scholarship amount for the grantee studying or conducting research in specially designated regions. Due to the situation of the Japanese government's budget, the amount of payment may be subject to change each fiscal year. If a grantee is absent from the university or the preparatory educational institution for an extended period, the scholarship shall be suspended for that period. So this 117,000 yen, let's do a quick conversion, and let's see the dollar equivalent. 117,000 yen yen to USD. Okay, so that amount amounts up to about $858. But if we add the 2,000 and the 3,000, if we add the 2,000 and the 3,000 from regional, that would be about 205,000 yen, 205,000 yen to USD. So that would be about $1,500 as a monthly stipend. So Japan is a little bit expensive. However, it depends on the city you are. But this amount here can go a long way. Since your tuition is paid, your accommodation is paid, your health insurance is paid, so this amount can actually go a long way. Okay. So there are also terms of suspension of the scholarship. So you can check that here. So let's move to the second scholarship category. Application guidelines. Okay, so for those applying for specialized training college students, this is their document that they need. The major areas that they can apply to include technology, personal care and nutrition, education and welfare, business, fashion and home economics, culture and general education. So these are the various fields that are eligible for those who are pursuing a specialized training in in Japan. So what are the qualifications that are needed for that? Now the qualification needed for that requires that you must have also completed 12 years of schooling in countries other than Japan. So the qualification for undergraduate is also similar to this one. You also need to have completed your basic education and your high school education. So that's for that. Then you also be given a Japanese undergraduate, a Japanese preparatory studies or preparatory classes that will take few months for you to apply. It will take few months for you to complete. So it is after these few months that your main program will not start, which will be rendered or medium of instruction will be in Japanese language. Then let's look at a research student, which is where we have the masters and the PhD. So let's look at the application guidelines for research students. Okay, so when we say research students, I believe it wouldn't be a new topic. We're talking about those who are going to Japan to carry out a master's or a PhD study in Japan in their area of specialty, either in master's or in a PhD. And you ought to have completed your 16 years of education in countries other than the destination that you're going to, and a preparatory language course will also be given for a period of 6 months prior to when your main program will commence. So the period of the scholarship for non-regular students, say grantees who arrive during the April term will the program will last until 24th April to 24th April to March 2026. So that means a 2 years program for that particular category. While those going for a 3 years study will be 2027, 2024 to 2027. Then there may be occasion of where this program can be extended, maybe for a situation that has to do with ill health, or maybe the nature of your research is taking longer to complete it, maybe because of the nature or the technicality of your research. Then you can apply for an extension to the scholarship board, and your grant, your appeal for extension of the scholarship can be considered. Okay, so for these are the various monthly stipend or monthly living allowance. For students receiving the preparatory education and non-regular students, they will receive 143,000 yen per month for the research category. Then for regular students enrolled in master's or professional degree courses, they will be receiving 144,000 yen per month. Then for regular students enrolled in doctoral courses, they will be receiving 145,000 yen per month. Remember that your tuition is covered and travel expenses is covered to this destination that you're going to for your studies. So that means all of those are covered, and your accommodation and your health insurance, they're also covered as well. Okay, so here's the scholarship flow chart. The scholarship flow chart stroke selection process. After submitting documents, then the first screening is done. After the first screening, and if you scale through the first screening, you are requested for provisional acceptance to Japanese universities. After that, you submit a placement reference application form, which I mentioned in the part 1 of this video. Then the second aspect is a second screening and university placement. So this second screening, I believe this is where that will be a little bit tough, and the fifth stage is where you'll be notified of the outcome of the screening, and scholarship is awarded to grantees or recipients of the scholarship. So guys, that's a short one over there from the Japanese MEXT government scholarship. So the link, if you are not in Nigeria, I'll put a link to the main Japanese website where you can visit and get details about your specific country's scholarship. I'll put a link to it so that you see when will be the deadline for your own country. However, for Nigerian students, the deadline for theirs is 23rd of May rather. Let me reconfirm. Okay, 26th, yes. The deadline for Nigerian students is 26th of May 2023. So that's a deadline. Remember that you can submit, you don't need to, it's not compulsory that you must go in person to submit this application. You can assemble all of your application documents and send it by post or send it by courier to the Japanese embassy in your home country. So that's one of the important things that I say. But if you feel that you want to go in person, there is also no problem. You can also do that, and it's also something that is nice. So guys, that's a short one over there from the Japanese government MEXT Scholarship that is fully funded for undergraduate students, for specialized training, and for masters and for PhD students. Remember that the scholarship is fully funded, your tuition is covered, your airfare or your travel is covered, your visa is covered by the Japanese government, your living expense is covered, your accommodation is covered, your health insurance is covered, so you've got nothing to be doing. You've got no bills to be paying while you're in Japan. It's just you going there to study. And you also have a huge advantage of learning the Japanese language for free as a preparatory course for you to study or for you to carry out your study in Japan. So guys, that's a lovely one. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit on the bell notification icon so that whenever I publish a video, you'll be the first to know. Good morning and have a lovely and a wonderful day. I'm Moses Obarisi.